But
See,
it's
I
all
don't
the
know
same thing. Like,
acronyms
so
are.
like a retirement account.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have heard of 401k, like retirement
Yeah,
fund.
yeah.
It's all the same thing. More, I mean, there's different tax benefits with certain ones. Like a retirement account, you put money into it, they manage it, it grows, but you can't take the money out until you're 59 and a half or a certain age, or you have to pay penalties and taxes on it. But that's the whole point, is that you don't pay tax on the retirement accounts.
Dude,
But you can,
like I realized this is the age difference right here, guys. Like this is the stuff that I'm like just now being
yeah.
like exposed to a little bit.
And I think,
Because I was just I was in college. I was in Alabama as
Right.
well. Things are way cheaper there.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much. School wasn't, but was very fortunate to be able to not have student loans.
huge thing. Great that you got out of school without having to pay any
Having
debt.
being able to do YouTube during all that, and Twitch saved that a lot, which super happy about. But I would say something else we want. I mean, I don't know, like what it's hard for me to even know what topics to like hit on this, because it's just so, I don't know, it's a lot. It's a lot of different categories we could talk about. But something my dad has always talked about is building credit and how important that is.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one thing I have done well, because, and I don't even know how to explain this properly, but like ever since I was like, I guess I must have been in high school, I guess, but my dad started, he was like, we got to build your credit, Jordan. We got to do it. We got to build your credit right now. And he just, he knew how important
When you were in
that
high
was.
school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good time. Smart.
yeah,
Dad fire smart.
He's a smart guy. He really is. And dude, I would love to have him on this podcast.
That'd be so
funny.
great.
Can you imagine? We could ask him so many
You,
questions.
oh,
about
it'd be
life.
great. I've actually never got to meet him in person yet,
That's
so
true.
I really want to meet him.
That'd be great.
So yeah,
But something that I was telling you before we started the episode today is that he got us like he got me like a credit card really early on. I feel like a lot of people, especially, maybe times are changing now, but where I came from, like I had a debit card, but I didn't have like a credit card. Like I just didn't really have a credit card. Now I use a credit card because I actually want to build credit and stuff. But I didn't really understand that concept too much back then. And I remember it was like a credit card that he could use and I could use. And I don't even know how that works. You might be able to explain that to me a little bit. But like, I think it was like a joint name or something. It was like, it had my name on it, but then also he could use it. I don't know. It's like, maybe it's like the same account or something.
Yeah.
It's like a family
that's
thing.
nothing too crazy.
I don't know. But I did that for a while, and anytime we had to do something for, I don't know, like a camera or something for YouTube or something, we would use that card because it would help build my credit.
Right.
And I don't know, like how important do you think is that for people to think about, like in I don't know, just age wise? Like, is that something like, I don't know, when did you start thinking about credit?
So similar story to you. And when I was in high school, my mom said, you need to get a credit card because the earlier you start building credit, the better.
Right. That's exactly what he said. Yeah.
Because you can't hurt it. I mean, it's really no different than a debit card, other than you are not paying it directly from your account until later on when you decide to pay it from your account.
And you're building credit in the process.
Right. So yeah. So like you're basically taking out a quick loan basically, and then you have to pay back to the credit card company whatever you bought from the credit card.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason you do that, when you buy a house, for example, you have to have credit. People need to know, companies need to know, or a car or any other large asset. They need to know that you are going to pay back whatever you owe on time.
Credit is essentially, if I can say this right without saying stupid, but credit is essentially, you are good at paying things, right? Is that essentially what it's saying?
You're good at keep paying back loans, paying back what you owe.
Yeah, it's like, and if you pay on time,
Yeah.
and don't delay and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna have good credit consistently.
Exactly. It just shows that you are reliable at paying back what you owe.
Yeah.
On time.
So in some ways, like say, all right, let me preface this question. All right, say you want to buy a car, right? All right, let's say you want to buy a car, okay? Yeah. Is it better to spend money? Okay, how do I word this? Is it better to
buy it on a credit card?
No. Not don't think about credit card, but is it better to get a loan for the car?
Or lease it.
I'm like confused on what terminology it is. Okay, is it better? All right, say someone has the money. I don't, but say someone has the money to just buy a car outright,
Yeah,
right? Like I'm gonna spend
in cash.
like 20-30K on this car or whatever,
Right.
and just buy it and own it. Is it better to actually say
Outright
no,
buy it.
don't do that, and do an actual financing plan, because that way, if you pay it on time every month, you're building credit, right? Essentially.
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true.
So is it like
It's not
better
even
to
just
do that?
not even just credit cards that you can build credit with. You can build credit with any kind of loan or payment you owe, like
That's
a
what I'm
car
s-
payment.
So would it
or
be
a-
better to start from
Well,
doing payments and then not buy it outright if you had the ability to? This
So-
is not me, by the way. I can't buy a car
so
outright,
okay.
but-
So this one's a little more. I'll try to make it really.
This is such
really,
a weird question, but
I
I'm just
understand what you're saying
I'm
now.
curious like how that works, because like if you want to constantly build credit and have a better credit, wouldn't you want to go the route of being like,
Well,
oh,
yeah,
well,
but
I know
you're
I
gonna
can.
you're gonna. So okay. So if you buy the car, let's say it's $20,000. You buy the car at $20,000 in cash.
Yeah.
You're done. That's it. You don't owe anyone anything. You pay $20,000 for the car.
I hope I don't look so stupid. I'm
No,
really
you
young,
don't.
guys.
You don't. This is a great. This is a really great question actually, because it's actually kind of a confusing answer. I'd say.
Yeah.
If you buy it, if you finance it,
Yeah.
let's just say let's make it really simple, $1,000 down. Now you owe $19,000 on the car, and you're going to pay that over, I don't know, let's say 4 years.
Right.
That's your car loan, right? Your car payment.
Yeah.
It breaks down to, I have no idea what the number is. Doesn't really matter. It breaks down to, let's just say it's $100 a month. Okay.
Okay.
But in your loan, you're never going to have a loan really that doesn't have interest on it. So let's just say your loan is, your
Yeah.
car loan is 4% interest. That's probably somewhere reasonable. Now, instead of paying the $100 per month, you owe $104, right? For
Yeah.
the 4%. So every month they're going to be paying $4 more than you would have paid if you just bought it in cash.
So really it is the choice of, do I want to pay actually more for my car at the end of the day,
True.
but because I'm paying,
But it's not as simple as that.
okay.
You'll pay more if you get a loan and you finance it.
Yeah.
But if you let's just say you want to pay it over the course of time when you'll make more money, right? It's easier to pay it over time because you'll be making more money as you
True.
go, or you'll have more funds available.
Okay.
So that's one thing. It's a little easier. The other thing, and this is where the investing thing really comes into play. If your investments yield more return, like if you make more percentage back on your investments than your 4% of car payment on your loan, then you want to do a financing plan.
Explain that a little bit more.
So, okay. I'm trying to make this really easy to understand, because basically at that point it's free money.
Okay.
You are let's say you have $20,000 total to your name,
Okay. 20K.
$20K.
That's,
You can
that's a lot.
put $20K towards the car and own the car,
Yeah.
and now you have
I
$0.
could buy it outright.
Buy it
just have the
outright.
car.
So you own the car, but you have $0.
Yeah.
Or you put $1,000 to the car, and you still have $19,000, and you put the $19,000 into an investment. Then your investment's making you money, and you pay down the car, but you're only paying 4%. But your investment's yielding you 6% or 8%. So now you're plus 4% every month. Well, not every month. It's every year, really. Right? As long as your investments are yielding you more return than your debts cost you, then I'd usually say it's a good idea to take out the loan for the car, like the car payment, finance it. Because instead of having $20,000 that you just spent on the car, now you have
Yeah.
growing over 4 years. You might have $30,000 by the end of 4 years. It's probably more than that, honestly. You might have I don't know. Let's just say it's $30,000 over 4 years, and you pay off the car. Now you have extra money after you
Dude,
pay
you
off
just
the car.
completely big brain this whole question.
That's
love
it, dude.
I love it.
That I try to
That
make that
mindset.
simple, but that's it.
No, I totally
a lot of
understand you.
people don't know that, don't understand that at all. That's how.
But it makes-
this is
it makes
coming
sense.
from my accountant parents. I didn't know that until
Oh, they do accounting work?
yeah. I didn't
Oh,
understand that
now it
until
makes sense.
2 years ago. I just figured that out, and I'm like, that makes so much sense.
So it's essentially, oh, I could buy the car outright if I had the 20K.
Yep.
But if I do the loan, then I can, at the end of the day, use some of that money that I'm not using currently to invest and yield better return.
Hopefully. but
Hopefully.
usually, yes.
You know, if you're just
Over time, yes.
yeah, over a longer period of time
Right.
like that, like say 4 or 5 years, right?
Right.
So yeah,
So, like,
I
that-
totally get that. Like,
yeah.
because at the end of the day, you'd be making you'd have
That's exactly that
Yeah.
scenario is almost essentially what I did with my car. I could have bought it outright,
yeah.
but I put down like a fourth of what it costs, and I'm paying a monthly payment every month. But I kept all that extra money in my investments
Yeah.
that are right now yielding a lot more than the 4% I'm paying. Because this year's been great.
Yeah.
Overall.
See, we talked a little bit about car stuff because wanting a car
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But so I've like had this. This is a really good conversation because it's like foreshadowing my brain a little bit
Yeah.
of what I want to
So
do.
yeah,
But,
I would say finance if you're going to invest the rest of it.
yeah. Okay, so I don't know if y'all can hear that, but
They
the
probably can't.
live studio audience is playing Mario Kart right now downstairs.
Downstairs.
We really need a studio.
Yeah, we do.